Yeah. Good evening, parents. First, I take like 5 minutes. I just give a brief introduction of our school and some information of our director. So I know some of you are new to our school. So just, yeah, you can see my point, right? Okay. So the LA College, founded in 2004 by Bradley Zhao, who has more than 30 years of experiences in scientific research, education, and administration. LA College is a renowned tutoring school for primary and secondary students in Quebec, specialized in preparing students to enter the best primary and secondary schools. The teaching results are satisfying and have a good reputation. Bradley Zhao, the director, the founder and director of LA College. He also is the recipient of Senator of Canada 105th Anniversary Commemorative Medal. And he has also honored the Grand Prix de Promotion de Fondation of the La Francofête in 2014 until 2018. He was invited to sign the Golden Book of City of Montreal in 2018. He was invited to meet the visiting China President Hu Jintao in Ottawa in June 2010. He also was honored the cover person in magazine China Fortune in 2009. And here are some photos. This is a photo. Bradley Zhao has won the medal of Canada. It's that one. Yeah, it's the medal of the Senate of Canada 105th anniversary. And there's his name on the medal. And here's the photo. He signed the Golden Book in the city of Montreal. And here the pictures of the prizes that we won for promotion of the French. And here's our LA College website and the QR code, and also the Facebook QR code. You can get the latest news from our website. That's it for the brief introduction of our school. So I give time to Mr. Bradley, and during the meeting, if you have any question concerning the general information of the secondary school, or if you have any question regarding your kids, how is your kids' performance in summer camp, and you need some special advices, which school to choose, so you can type in the chart. So after the meeting, we will Bradley Zhao will reply to you one by one. Okay, thank you. Join the meeting.
Hello， 这个秦老师这个声音怎么样？还行吗？
可以啊。
OK， 我戴耳机没事。Hello, hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. And bonsoir à tous. Moi, français, parce que pas très bien, c'est pourquoi je parlerai en anglais. Excuse-moi, mais quelques informations vous cherchez dans le site web de College Elite. Merci. Thank you for joining us. And today, as we announced, I will talk about the secondary exam. So I will share this share the screen with you. Okay, done. Share screen. So this is the web presentation. Okay. This is summer camp. This is our South Shore before the COVID-19, and this is the Solonghang, the final show for the student from the students. And we will talk about the entry exam and how to choose the school with your kids, and we'll also analyze the scores and also your individual school of your kids. Today we will do that. And today I will also tell you a little bit like some school, what's their usual like exam topics. Thank you. So now, as you know, we have like primary, we have secondary, but secondary school for 5 years, but also some students join the vocational secondary. That's also possible. And after that, you can join the CGP level, then university. So now we are in the phase of elementary. We will, in September, kids will join the grade 6, majority of us today. And they're preparing in the September and October to join the secondary exam. So I will talk a little bit this one. Okay, nowadays the grade 4, because I just roughly counted almost half schools, top schools, they continue to have the exam by their school, and about also half the select a student without exam, just based on the grade 4 and grade 5 bulletins. And also in some school, they based on the bulletin, they also need to have interview and or video. And some school, like now this year is first year college methoding, they need 2 previous your teacher of your kids to have a recommendation. So if you guys need it, you send an email to Elite College, we at least can do one for you. I already made a few recommendations for my student for this year. And after that, in secondary, most important year is grade 10 and grade 11, which is also for the, the score rank, which is based on the grade 10, grade 11 scores, and made by the Institute of Fraser based on the Vancouver. But the CGP, they choose students from secondary school without exam. They just based on the grade 10 and 11. And the university, no exam. So they choose the student from the CGP by the score, they called R score. So actually, in that case, we can see not like many other countries, they have a very, very important exam is like from the secondary to the university. But here is primary to secondary. So because after that, there's no major exams. It's all based on the bulletin, So we really pay quite a lot of attention on this one. And open house usually is in the late September to early October, but now because there is a virtual open house, so sometimes they just like put on the website video so you can have a look, and some maybe put a little bit area, so it's a little bit various because the world is changing, right? So application is from September to like before the exam date, usually 3 days or 1 week before the exam date. But the one school is very special in South Shore. they need you to make the application for the secondary exam 1 year before. That means in grade 5 in September, you need to apply. Just simple, just make a call and tell them the kid's name, then that's all. But if you are late, you might have a lower priority because they choose a student by lucky draw. For the exam, this year we started from mid of September to late October. Then after that, usually they give you 1 to 2 weeks for registration after exam. And this year, maybe around 5, 6 schools, they still have English placement test during the secondary exam the same time. But those ones are not counted for the evaluation. They just for the future placement of the student in the various class. Majority of the school, they will have this English placement in the spring the following year. So that's why in the middle of, I think 22 of October and 23, we will start this grade 6 classes for the English and some for English and for French and Math for the enhancement. And now for the exam, usually takes French, Math, Logic. Logic usually they call the study ability test. And is actually a test the students' IQ, and we call it logic. Is many tricky inside, but we put all the information, all the contents in our documents. All the secondary exam majority, I'm not saying maybe 100%, but the majority is combined by elite college. So we merged all the information which for 20 years, what we know, and we see what the kids needed for have a good secondary school, and we want them to have a good foundation for the primary. So that's the document. The level is like a little bit high than the daily school, and also the content is more because like logic, usually the school they don't teach, but we put it in our material. And French also, we have some emphasized contents which school don't emphasize too much. Okay, so the secondary exam is very important because it's a key stage for the teenage time. They connect the past to establish an outlook with the establishing of an outlook in the student's life. So that is very important because the teenagers are mostly susceptible to the influence of their peers, not your parent, not the parents. So that time, you sometimes even lose the information or lose control. Not necessarily, I think for the kids, you need to control them, but at least you get the, like even advice, even a little bit difficult too. And at that time, who is influence them is the people surround them. So their classmates, the play friends. So those people is very important. That's why you need to try to choose some people who is surrounding your kids. That is maybe the life impacted. And also for the teenage is like mentality is rebellious. So that time really is a special time for the students, for the kids. So not only we want to choose a school for the good study, this is one side, but another side is choose some friends for them. Those friends maybe also is lifelong. Friendship in the middle school sometimes is lifelong. You imagine your friends with your middle school, you might be still keep very good relation, not primary, not even university, right? That's my observation, okay? School rank, I said the Fraser Institute in Vancouver, they did it, they without come to visit the school. And they did it because they have the grade 10 and grade 11 score information from the Ministry of Education of Quebec and even Ontario and British Columbia. They did 3 provinces school rank. And some of it, because this is really controversial, so in the education field, so some years some people against it, some people said it's okay. So some years like 2009, 2011, 12, 13, and last year they stopped. But some years they did it. For the red one, which I thought, in my view, because I did in this field for 20 years almost, like 2010, 2015, and 2018, the school rank is quite reasonable, or not even reasonable. It means like more with like the reality, you know. Some years like 2016, you know, some one school like ranked in second is like usually is 100 something and jump to the secondary, ranked in secondary position. It's really like it's special, you know, special case. So because of that, but still it's very good. It's a good references, because when we have no enough information, the school rank is something which we can refer to. And like you can see that from 2010, 15, and 18, before, like usually it's around like 8% of the school within the top 100 secondary schools. Usually we have last year we have 463 secondary schools in Quebec. But like 2010, we have 80% in French system and 20% in English system. But later on, the public, you know, the public is public schools only 5%. But now from the nowadays, like 2018 is 13. Firstly, they add some they built some more international schools, and they add quite some school added IB program like St. Luc, like Germans. So they attract some good student, and also the education quality is higher and higher. So they have like 8.4 in French system, and public is 13, is much higher than before, right? And within the 100 schools, top 100 schools in Montreal, we have like around 60, 65, and the other area in Quebec around 35 to 40. How to choose a suitable school for your kids? But I wrote with your kids. That means I suggest you really to consult your kid's idea, because he or she is the one who will stay there for 5 years in the rain or in the sunshine. So you are not the one, but maybe you have some ideas good, but their preference also should be respected. That's why I said with your kids. So how to choose a school? Nowadays, you can see more and more secondary school, they admit students based on the bulletin instead of the exam. So I said this year we have around half. And I will show you after. And also schools, they are competent to attract the good student. Like you know, Jean-Erd, the Brebeuf for so many years, they make the announce around 24 hours after exam. Now, a few years ago, the Jean-Erd started, and plus they use the email to follow up in the following day again. Hey, don't tell you, okay, you're accepted. You no need to try other school. Come on, make the registration. That's all. Come on. Like international school also, they make the call, hey, we are the public school. We don't have we charge the tuition fee 0. And we are good school. Come here, make a registration, you know. They make the call, you know, to the accepted student. and also like other school too. Now bulletin is more and more important, as I said, because they need the bulletin. They just use the bulletin to evaluate the student and make the selection of the student. Besides, there is also some school like starting from 2016, Regina Samt, Notre-Dame-des-Lots, Sacrament from the Laval, and Notre-Dame-des-Lots from the South Shore, and in 2018, Pension Salona Mahi. They before the end of April, you can apply, and they make after April, they tell you accepted or not. Now Villemari also making advance. So pre-applicant, that means they admit student in advance. And they, like Regina, they were in the September, they have another brand to announce the acceptance of the student or refuse or waiting list. So how do we choose the school? Firstly, your kid's ability, his study strengths, like from elite college, we can see like 2022 summer camp grade 5 report. But this year we have 3 reports, and I merge them together to make the statistics for the school for the score statistics. And I will show you after. And you can also see the school, different school have some, normally we can see all the secondary school is similar because they are also, everybody should obey the rule or the regulation from the Ministry of Education. Even the materials, the level, all these inspected by, checked by the Ministry of Education before publish and before they use. But still, for the long run of the time, each school have their special characters, and they develop a different spirit of the school. So there is some difference, but not very not necessarily the subject or the classes. So you can, based on those ones, to make the choice, and also your kids' preference or their own special expertise, because different schools have different characters. So maybe you can try to match them, and the kids will be happy because 5 years, they want to, you want to, they want to, and you want to, and me too. Also, I want them to have a happy life in the secondary year studies, second year study for 5 years. So, and also location may be not too far. Before, like in South Shore, my student, they came to Jean de Brebeuf for more than 1 hour on the road. But nowadays, even their brothers, sisters, they don't advise. So South Shore, like even still have many students accepted, pass the exam for the Jean de Brebeuf, but only quite few portion they really join the Jean de Brebeuf because it's too far. They either buy or they rent a place in downtown in Montreal, and the cost another tuition fee is around like 4,500 each year for the tuition fee. So you can think about it. Now the tuition fee, public is 0, private is now, it's jump, for this 2 years, they jump like from 4,000 to 4,500. And the books now is similar, others are really similar. Lunch is similar, activity is similar, long trip also the same. So main difference is just like the tuition fee, and others are similar. And like Duchess and Lambert, the year before, they have like tuition fees 4,000, and donation like open fire, student service, uniform, material, school bus if you need it. This is within the South Shore. This is for the Ninth Island. They also pick up the student from the Ninth Island, but you pay more for the transportation if you need it. And if you have special courses, then you have to pay extras. And they can have 3 installments to pay your tuition fee. And January for last year, last school year, actually it's 2012, this school year actually. And the tuition fees jumped to 4,500, and the rest is similar. And like if you have some special program, then you need to, oh, sorry, this I wrote in Chinese. I think I wrote, yeah, sorry, I didn't make I copied, I didn't translate it to English or French. So this is the registration, this is the tuition fee, this is like donation, this is a material, this is some, various fees for around 150. And this is iPad, and this is for the clothing. This, if you have a special program, then you pay like 400 to 700, something like this. And even hockey, if you join hockey, then you pay quite more, maybe 1,000. This is around 2008 information. Like I said, you choose the school not only for the academy, also for who will be your kids' friends. But I see here, like for the rank, this is 2 English school. And this school now, Royal West now is jumped to around ranking around 10. So it's much higher than before. And this is Jamslin, also is a good school, but the rank is really too high. The family income is like around 90,000. This is 33,000. Graduation 100%, and the score of the student is around 85. It's a provincial exam, but for this school, law ranking is like law, So that's why sometimes you want to have your kids to schools, in the top ones, like within 100 or like within 30s. That's something for your idea, for your references. Okay, now for the international program, as I said, for the private one, no, for the public one, we had the international school from Montreal, West Island is like it's a St. Louis. And they now, a few years ago, they added TMR, the Mont Royal Secondary School. And Laval, it's around 10 years ago, they had the international school. And the Maximus is a long time ago. And South Shore, in 2014, they added the Lucent Stell. So they have like 1, 2, 3 more secondary schools than before. And also many secondary schools of public system like Lavoie, like Saint Luc, like Germains, they added IB program. But in the private system, like Pension Sonoma, he is from 1995, and they will stopping this year, last year, but the ending maybe in 2000 next year. And Jana Brebeuf also stopped. They started not too far ago, and they stopped too. They just use their own program. But we still have some few schools, they use the program of IB program. I don't reject their choice. I think it's good, but Pension Sonoma, they stopped the IB program, but they add a Felix program, which is quite special for the special needs student. Like I have a twin student, they play tennis for a long time. So they joined the Felix program in Pension Sonoma, and they can continue beside the main courses study, they continue for the tennis training. And the school can recognize their time, because they don't join the gym class of the Pension Sonoma. They don't join some certain other other, auxiliary programs, then this is called the FedEx. So that's good. And then you choose the kids to go to the co-education or single sex. And nowadays, now for boys, no more, because like for the gender birth, starting from 2013, they already add girls, but they separately, but still, it's like not pure boys. But English, we still have Sawyer House and Loyola High School. It's the boys' school, but it's the English system. For French system, we have like Pension Salon-de-Marie, Corée-Saint-Martin, and Villers-Saint-Martin, still girls' school, but like the study, I'm sorry. The girls study English system, like Miss H and Miss Crep, they're still keeping the girls' school. For French system, some schools, they change it to the from the single sex. For the girls, change it to the mixed school. And which one is good? It's very difficult to see. So you feel okay, your feeling is good, and your kids' feeling is good, then it's a good choice. So the exam, there's special cases. Now the culture general, the general culture, many schools dropped. Only now possibly is the international school in the McMaster year, which is even in the outside of, we sort of the small South Shore. They are in Bushville and the San Bruno, that area, is a small school board. They might, because continue, maybe they might stop also. For the dictate in the exam, we still have some schools to do the dictate. And for the English exam, now some schools are dropped, but still few schools continue to have it in the exam same time, instead of in the following year. Okay, this is special for this West Island. If your school, your kids are not so strong and you prefer the public system, then when you join the St. Louis exam, and if you are not sure he can be accepted by the St. Louis, then you give the right, because you should give the permission. You give the permission, like they ask you to fill a form, give the permission to transfer the exam result to like Collège de Sauce, Jean 23, École secondaire Félix Leclerc, École secondaire Saint-Georges. So you can, they like, if the St. Louis cannot accept it and you have a not too bad exam result, then you are living in Pointe-Claire, then you may be accepted by the expertise program by Félix Leclerc, which is top, is like a good, similar like A plus program in Ontario, it's a good program too. And Jamantua, they have IB program. You might be, without the exam, you might be accepted. So this is a very good choice. Don't give up, don't forget. And usually, like this is one of the acceptance sample from Regina Samta. Say, hey, hi, your kids are accepted. And don't forget, in the certain, before this time, you should make a registration. Otherwise, your position, your acceptance is waived. That means it's useless. So that's the important. For this year, okay. Now for this year, you see, okay, like this year, we have no exam for those schools, like in Montreal, Pension Saint-Louis, Regina, Mont Saint Louis, Notre Dame, Villers-Saint-Martin, Montreal, Ville-Marie, West Island, Charlemagne, Saint-Anne-de-la-Chine, Montreal Secondary School, and Laval. There is on the South Shore, there is Notre Dame de l'Eau, Duchess and Left, but they need a video. And now they don't decide yet by the international school in McMaster. But last year they have no exam. And those red one is decided the exam date. And like Babua, they have interview. And college method, they have interview, no exam. So, but I put it here, it's sort of exam, right? Because firstly, they want to see you and they want you see your performance and what you performance. Maybe they give you a teamwork, or maybe they just ask you, you know, some questions. So then those color is not decided, but starting for the last year, like International Laval, International Lucent Testel in South Shore and College Laval, and International in McMasterville, that did not decide yet. There are 13 schools, no exam announced it, and 14 schools, there is the exam, okay? Okay, now for the schools, what their the contents. So they make the exam like for the birth. They always still keep the same. Like 2007 is a long time ago. This the test format, you know, for the 15 is still the same, similar, you know, in 2015. So, but that time is already have a girls, so boys and girls, you know. Like the more detail, I have a student who, okay, at the beginning, they ask you to briefly introduce your information, like usually why, your name, your phone number, your mommy, or Baba's name, and why you choose birth and why, something like this. But some kids said, my mom wants to me to join your school. So that is maybe it's choose, that's good, but sometimes maybe your chance you will give to the another student who is really motivated and written very good, motivated to want to join the gender birth, and they have a very good strong background. So I will talk about it later. And they have 70 something questions for the logic for 1 hour and multiple choices. They have image, they have number, the suit, the number, the suit, the mode, aussi sur the petit problems, but the majority is the image. We all those questions we combined into our document of elite. Don't worry too much. And after that, they have the dictate. And then they have a French question, a grammar question. 20 minutes, 50 questions. Majority of the students without practice, it's impossible to finish. 1 minute finish 2.5 questions. It's crazy. But many students of elite can do it because they sacrifice their summer vacation and they work hard, but they benefit and they are able to do it. And then definitely they have the comprehension of the lecture. It's about 35 minutes. Okay, genre similar. 2005, but 2015 still similar. Usually they give you 3 topics for you to write like 25 lines for 45 minutes, but choose one of the 3 topics. So the later is even still similar. So that's the, and their topics usually is more like imagination. Okay, if you are given a special power or special ability, what do you want to do? Why? Like this kind of question. Or like, okay, you have a chance to view around in the future world. And when you will be 30 years old, it will be like what in that time in the future, and you want to be in the what situation when you are 30 years old in your future. So this kind of imagination for is special. So it's a different school. They usually choose a different kind of writing for the student. So Jean-Art, like, okay, Jean-Art, I put it in French too. So okay. French, the grammar also beaucoup de questions sur la conjugaison. So I will tell you, like yesterday, I saw many of students, they are not very strong in the conjugaison, and the conjugaison you cannot avoid it even in the secondary school, because whenever you read or you write, you still need to have a strong conjugaison. Yeah, so yeah, this is the something for the genre. And the international Laval, they have a comprehensive this firstly is sort of a dictate, then after dictate, then you continue to write a article, so that's why. And comprehensive for some questions. Sometimes they have no grammar, but they have logic and how they already erased. Saint-Sacrement in Laval, they have writing, they have French, grammar and lecture, and they have mathematics and logic. Because logic is like study ability test, so majority of the school take the exam. They want to see whether the student smart enough, And yeah, and actually for the elite college, our students are really performed very good. They are accepted by the top schools, like even like just we see many schools, they are accepted so many students. But even like we just choose a gender breakfast as a sample, year by year we have more and more students to be accepted by them. But not necessarily they join, like I said, even in South Shore or some in West Island or Laval. They want to take the challenge and they really pass the exam and get accepted of my student, but not all of them, not majority of them actually, like South Shore. In 2018, I have 18 students pass the exam of gender brevet, but only come maybe around less than 5. So this amount not necessarily is the exact amount of my student in the birth. So I hope you can understand the finger. Okay, now today I want to see the last slide is the exam statistics, the score statistics for the student of Elite Camp 2022. We have hundreds of students join our summer camp in South Shore or in Saint Laurent on site or in online. So average, this line is average score, and this is which week they take the exam. This is one exam, this is one, this is another one, this is another one, this is another one, this is another one. So we separated with a different color. Like with this color, that means the one exam, including the lecture, grammar, country general, writing. And like this one, we have French, math, logic, and the country general, and in total, in total. So that's the score statistics. That means among the 100 students, like for this exam, the mathematics, 65%, majority of students below 60. So if your kids, because all the test paper is with your kids, we let them to keep it after this exam review. So if your kids get like 81, then you see, oh, it's in top like 30, 38, 36, 37% of the total of elite college students, not too bad because it's first, third, 30%, you know. But if like this one, your kids get like by 100%, 81, then it's like, okay, it's quite good because majority of the student is below the 60. So you are quite good. But average is this one, 133. But I can tell you the truth that I find it that on-site, the student score is generally is lower than the online. I know some students in the goodwill or even some bad will, they give the score higher than what they really exactly get. But you know, it's not too bad. They maybe have a goodwill. They want to have a award or something like this. But this is just like, you know, not necessarily we treat it so seriously because it's a practice. As long as they try their best, I think it's good. But if it's not, just like do some, you know, fault behavior, that is not good. So that's the one I will show you, but you can see it, and that's good. So after that, I will show you the Excel with the statistics and your kids, you know, all the exam they did, as long as they are in summer camp, I will talk with you. Now, do you, merci beaucoup, thank you for your listening. And now, if you have a question, please write it in the chat. I will answer the question in general. And after that, I will come to another stage, which is individually consulting or exchange the ideas, okay? Now, one thing I want to say, talk to you, as I said, for the question, for the exam, because now exam, they have some school, they have a statement. So you should write something. Why you want to normally like the Duhoshi select, and also like Beauvoir and Carlos Matlin, they want to interview. So you, and also some school have the topics which you need to write is why you want to join our school. And possibly also some school, they ask you why you are the good candidate, or I'm your class monitor, and how can I introduce you to our principal of the school? So it's like why you are a good candidate. And also they say, okay, why you want to choose this profile, and how is it you like, how do you like the profile? So like Duhoshi, they have this, like 7 or 6 profiles, so different program profile. So you can write, but majority very important is why you want to choose our school and why you are a good candidate. My idea, and sometimes I talk to my student too in the summer, I said, firstly, they already practiced. And also from the sample writings, I sent it to you by email. But in the on-site camp, the student, they get it hard copy and we distribute it to them to their hand. But even that, they also receive a digital copy by their parents. Then you see, okay, for the topic, why you want to choose our school? 那个线没有了是吧？齐老师啊，我这么一下丢了，没事。Why you want to choose our school? So you can tell them, you know, okay, your school, like for example, like okay, like young earth, okay, okay, your school have a very good choir, and they got a lot of awards. Or let me choose like college Matlin, okay. which is like those years ranking up quite fast. Okay, why you want to choose the character method? Okay, I'm a girl. Actually, I prefer the situation with the girls when I'm growing in the teenage period. And I want to freely to express myself instead of in front of the boys, which caused me maybe shy to express myself, my ego. And the school is a girls' school, so it's good. And in my knowledge, I know character methoding have a very good robot program, starting from secondary 1 to secondary 5, and they win quite a lot. They did a very good, and even competed and win the CGP schools students. And now others you might be general. Some should be special about the school. Then some general. Okay, yeah, I know from the website, from the introduction, from the various source. I know you guys, your school have a very good management team, and it's progressive, and you have a good teachers team, and you select all the good students. It's very good because if I will join the school, I will have a good classmates, good, friends in surrounding. Okay, that's almost okay. Then if they don't limit you, like the St. Louis in West Island, they give you 60 words or like 6 lines or 10 lines, then you maybe it's enough. But if you still have the lines and no limitation for the words, then you convert, you add, continue to write another topic. Yes, your school is very good. And I'm a good student. I'm strong in French. Even is not my mother tongue, but my family don't speak French, but I like French, which is a good language. And I read a lot of French books. Even from the bulletin, I'm very strong in French and math and English. And I like help the people. Like when I go to the vacation, I find some people need help. I immediately give the help because my parents usually like to help the people. So in their influence, I get used to. Whenever the people need help, I help them. And also, I like the teamwork. I like people to work together because we'll be stronger than one person, personally, right? So I say, okay, and I play piano. I have a very good football. I joined the city football team, and we are winners. And as a team member, I contribute a lot. So I continue. So as me, I want to choose excellent school in Quebec to spend my 5 years secondary school life. You are the school, in my mind, the best. So then if the teacher or evaluator finds this paper, he knows our school, really. He knows the Robert. He knows we have the Robert. And he said, my school is really good. As a principal, if there say, he said, my team is good. Good. Oh, not only this, he also said he like teamwork. He like help the people. And his parents also is good. That should be nice to deal with, later on for 5 years. Some schools, it's really headache if they meet some family special, family. This family, good. This time his bulletin, his test is not so strong, but from the writing, I should give him a chance. Okay, you get a chance. And the reverse. If you have a topic, say why you are a candidate, good, excellent candidate. Okay, I'm good. I'm good in that. I'm good in that. Then, because I think I'm a good student, I want to choose a good school. Then I find that your school is good in that, good in that, good in that. So you are the school for this, for my kind of person is good, is very suitable. You understand? So in that case, when the teacher evaluator to see your topic, okay, you have, he's a good student. Oh, not only that, he's a good one. You know, he already explored our school, and he find our school have 1, 2, 3, 4 is good. Yeah, looks like he really like our school. Even something somehow is not so strong and so excellent, but I should give him a chance because he's good. You understand me? So that's the good, you know, practice. That's why in the summer camp, we want our student to write both of the topics, you know, and for the video, like for the Sunlapt, they want it. For the interview, I'm sure they will ask this kind of question. So you should be ready to express yourself. If you join the charismatic or like Boboa, they have interviews. You might be good to well prepare before you go. Then you might have more chance. And like the gender Brebeuf, not the exam, but is a when you start, before you study the exam, you have a short, like sort of paper, you know, writing for interview. So you can also write something not so long, but you express whatever, you know, especially, you know, the school, some specials. Yeah, okay, Brebeuf. Yeah, you know, our, you know, Pierre Trudeau and Justin Trudeau is graduate, the whole family, even the brothers of Pierre, Justin Trudeau is graduate from the school. And I know, you know, some people are really good, and the school, they have a lot of homework. Even I know it's really hard, but it's really, I can learn more. And each Friday they have some exams. They call push me, like, not like, you know, careless, you know, I should take care more about the study. Then you see, they know you are prepared to make the hard work, and you know that, okay, this student, we could give him a chance, right? Okay, thank you so much for listening. Let me check the message. Let me check the chat whether there is some questions. Okay, for the personally, I will talk about individual after. Okay, one by one after the presentation. Okay, thank you. Please, what is the difference between College Saint-Anne, Lachine, and Dorval? Okay, I understand. Which is better for my son? But the son is a male. I don't know. It's the name is. I will talk it. But so firstly, we will talk about the different. Firstly, I think I cannot comment too much because Dorval. College Saint-Anne, they added a new, they built a new secondary school camp in Dorval, but it's quite new. Yesterday also similar question was asked. I think their program should be the same because like elite college, we have social, we have, before we have downtown, we have online, we have Saint Laurent, but all the programs are keep the same. We have all the same document, we have same like time schedule, and we have all the, you know, the teachers I choose from the, you know, we have 20 years, we have a lot of good teacher space, you know. So I don't think there is too much difference between the camps in Lachine and the camps in Dorval. So I think it's nearby, it's okay. I don't think, you see, I'm worried about even I nearby Dorval, but maybe Dorval is new and is no good for my kids, no. Because they already prepared for like maybe 2 years before they started. And they have the similar program. You know, if you are the director of the Saint-Anne Lachine, you should balance it and even doing better to the Doval campus because you are attracting more students. This is a new place. If it's not good, you know, business is always by most. If it's not good, then people will lose the, you know, trust. That will be no good. They will get trouble. All right. Opinion, I think whether I answered the question. It's about the thing about SC commonly used for admission exam. Can I choose a topic at random and email it to you? Yes, I will convert the Google Doc to PDF. I don't know what's it mean. Excuse me, about the things about SC commonly used for the admission. Yeah, well, I just talked about 2 topics. And I choose the topics at random. What's it mean? Oh, there is another, the 25 commonly used SC topics. Usually we cannot do it for you individually because really now we prepare for the summer camp we are still on, and we are preparing for the next week. We will study the intensive program for the second entry exam. We have many classes, online and on site, Saturday and Sunday, and also the week after, 3rd and 4th September, we will new semester starts, and we have so many work to prepare. I hope you just try to make your something in mind, not necessarily even write everything. I give the topic to you guys for your references that if you meet this problem, you just have some idea in mind, but not necessarily you write everything, you know, it's 25 topics, not so easy. And for even our elite college samples is also like many topics, you not necessarily, but you just see why those papers was selected by the elite college, which is good ones. Then if I write the same topic, how can I write? Understand? That's good enough. Interested to Yulia, interested to learn about your recommendation for, okay, so I will talk to you individually. For your experience, Laval International, the exam time is when? Okay, I will send you this picture also later on, okay? For this one, Laval International is, as before, is like end of October. 1 year is like beginning of November. So they are, they are really busy, you know. As a school, but the same thing, because New Year is coming, New Year starts, and they have so many work facing. So I remember the year before, I think 2 years ago, or they had the exam like in October or in November. So this year, I suppose in the end of October, as many years usual, okay? But they didn't announce yet. Well, we received a bulletin from Elite. No, because today I can give you, but not necessary, because I give you this one. This one I give it to you, and this one I will give it to you too. And you have the, you know, you have all the exam papers with you. So we really don't have time for the 100 students, we give them the each individual like your scores, because this is duplicate of work. It's a repeat. Your kids have it in their hand. As a good parent, you should have already to see them. So that's the bulletin, right? And today I give you this statistics. You have more idea about your kids. Okay, thank you so much. What's the entry criteria to get admission in Cégep Saint-Louis, Lachine? Like 50% from result of 4 and 5 years bulletin grade, and 15 is from entry exam. If there's any entry criteria, please advise. Okay, for the for the College St. Louis nowadays in Lachine, which is really challenge. Before I like maybe 6 to 8 years ago, I said, as long as you are a student of elite college, CJ St. Louis, no problem. But now I cannot see it because some years ago, the first way they merged the camps from the two sides of their secondary school. Now they merged to one school. And also because they have a new school site, the facility is much better than before. And now West Island have more and more people. So they still have 6 class, 192 positions for each year to accept a new student. But before we have like maybe around 10 years ago or 8 years ago, there's around like 600 student candidate. Now, sometimes 1,500 or even more. So now it's really competitive to have to join the second College St. Louis, but not necessarily it's too difficult. I will advise you see how is your kids' performance from the grade 4 and 5 bulletin, and also because they have exam. So how is his performance in elite? Because within the hundreds of kids is separated to like from even Gatineau, you know, Quebec, even Quebec City, and Montreal, you know, all the Montreal suburbs too. So they covered almost, you know, all of the place. So it's quite representative the level of the second entry exam. So the percentage I think is similar, like half from the exams, half from the bulletin. Maybe 60 to 40 or 50 by 50. Okay, thank you. Okay, for individual student, I will do it individually. How to get a helpful link you were talking about at the very beginning of the Zoom meeting. Okay, he said, how to get the helpful links you were talking. Okay, let me go back again. I stop share this one. I repeat it again because at the very beginning, I shared the screen for the website. Now I share it again, okay? Which is helpful links. You can get it from I sent it to you actually. But also everything is from the website. So you can get it from the website. Like from the English, if there is English version, sure, we will have a Chinese version and a French version. So I based on the English version. Like from the very first page, you can find like all the updated information, like for the fall session, which like for the grade 6, we will started October 22. And for the other grades, we started September 3rd. And the information searching and the secondary entry exam for the updated ones I just showed for the early birds. Like this is October, this is the yesterday actually. So you can have a look. And this is the JE, we make it like College Young for short, okay? So if you see PSNM, that means Pension Sanon Mahi. And if you see Villa Saint Mathurin, VSM, okay? Then it will be easy to get it. And also, we have some other information and even like how to make the registration. We still have some few spaces for the intensive program. Yeah, for the 6 weeks before the exam. So you might register, or if you maybe already registered, and concentrate together for the preparation for the second exam. We have a special column. You click that one. There is a lot of information here, like like this is for the intensive program, the arrangement, everything there. We have online, we have on-site, South Shores, Senloha, and we have some tips for the student preparing for the exams, you know, that is very good in French. And I said like some subject of the exam might be used by the schools. You can choose one of the students to ask the question. And also like 7 suggestions for you to make a good preparation. And I have also yeah, this is good. I think in Chinese we have another version. I married to the another version in another format in Chinese. So the rank of the secondary schools, and also how can the parents help your kids, and some of my writings from that one. Both 3 versions you have it. Okay, thank you. So now let me continue for the questions. Okay. I would like to know the school you recommend to my your Anthony and Gija. We will talk individual one by one after. Okay. Okay. So I have a friend. He just come just come to Montreal, and 他可以选私校吗？ It's a Chinese question. 他现在不能选私校，他假如说是个移民的话，他必须选法语学校。选私校，他才5年级，我觉得走英语的道路他有点亏了。但他假如是留学生，而且以后很快就要离开加拿大，我们至少魁北克的话，那你可以走英语路线。你可以加到英才的网站上加我，或者我的刚才讲座上也有我的微信号码。英才网站上联系英才里头也有我的微信号码，你加一下子，然后私下联络好吗 ？Okay, thank you. Okay, Sandan Lashin has program they want your your kids to choose, like soccer, music, entrepreneur. Is it good to limit the children to a particular program this age? You have a really, very good questions. Informa. This is really argued by many parents and students. They have 10 programs to choose. Actually, from the program, they ask you pay 700, 900 extra. This is a way to get more money. And if your kids really, have like he played soccer for already many years, okay, you might choose the soccer program. But still, some parents don't like it because, like you said, they are still teenagers. They are in like from 11 years to like 17 years in secondary school, from 12 years to 17 years. You limit them in the special one program, maybe sometimes it's not good, because if they play soccer, they not only practice soccer, they also join a lot of competitions of the soccer. So they reduced a lot of other parallel programs. So that's sometimes, no good. Maybe they erase your arts, plastics, or they like music class you erased. That's, some people argue about that. So some people just say, I prefer just to choose the Sandan program. I don't even pay like 700 or 900 more. I just join whatever, normal program. But, if you're an entrepreneur and you want your kids to be to have an entrepreneurship learned, it's okay. Then you join the program. But it's it's different situation. You should analyze your situation, your expectation, and your kids' preference. And looks like they're still too young, to specialize in a certain direction. They can do it in the CGIP time. They make CGIP, why? It's very good because when the university you choose your major or like minor, but before that you know them more, so that is called CGIP, is pre-university. That time you can make more like widely chose, and you see what's your kids like, then you choose a direction for your university study. So this is a good question. I hope people understand what his concern is, that whether we should limit it your kids to a particular program instead of try everything during their teenage. Okay, thank you. This is a really good question. Hello, Mr. Zhao. I would like to have a personal consultation. Personal consultation, please write your kid's name and write where you are living, like your West Island or Laval, and also what's in your mind already, which school you want to join. Then I will quickly to talk to you one by one. With just after I answered all the general questions, which exam are in College St. Louis? And I'm College St. Anne Secondary in Lachine. Which exams? Okay, this is I just brief a little bit to you guys for the St. Anne, because no exam. So they evaluate a student, choose student by bulletin. For St. Louis, they announced last year they have no exam, but this year they announced that they will have exam, even didn't decide which day. Possibly like late of October as before. And they have exams before they have a general culture, but they canceled. And they have French, they have math, they have like we call it logic, but they call the study ability test for the College St. Louis. Okay, it's Julia's question. This one is not good to help me. If you write something, please write in the one paragraph. If you want to add something, you copy the original one with it together, because I cannot remember your name, then I can merge it. Okay, it's the same person. Otherwise, like it's easy to miss your information. All right, please, Ernest, you write all the questions together and you send it again. Do you think culture know-how is really important for Testel, Lucien Testel? No, Lucien Testel in social now, starting from last year, they erased the exam for the culture know-how. So maybe it's not necessary to make the preparation, because now if they don't make change, we have only the international school in McMasterville. They have the culture know-how, but last year they don't have the exam, so maybe now no school have the culture know-how. And if some school have it, you can maybe they give you information. We will have the test this year. I don't think you need to spend a lot of time on it, because this is a small portion of the exam. They don't count a lot. The first, the second, it's tremendous of the information. You cannot, you get all get it. It's from the heaven to the ground, for the deeper ground, all for the word. Too many cultures know-how. So you concentrate in the French, math, and logic. How much should be a promised result for math and French to get accepted by College St. Louis? I think at least for the bulletin should be 75 to 80% above. Then for the elite, I will talk a little bit later. For the St. Louis, if the student exam is like over 80% general average, I should be possible to be accepted by the St. Louis. Okay, and you can check the test paper in your kid's hand. Thanks. Not of the exam, I mean, I don't know who you cannot separate your answer, your question. Separate I difficult for me. Do you have exam entry exam template for College St. Louis? No. Like mathematics, which question in which minutes, French? No, it's not. It actually is not necessary also, because we had some for some other schools. Normally, like for the French, 50 questions, they give you 30 minutes, but Gender Brebeuf is special, 50 questions, 20 minutes, but it's really special, really need but normally other school maybe at least give you 30 minutes. And they, St. Louis, they test everything. But Chroma is strongest in the standard machine. What program is the strongest in the curriculum method? No, they have 10 programs. So you don't know. Or you mean they're strong in their school? No, everything is different because they have some sports, few program sports, their music, they have a sign, they call the scientific. It means more like mathematics and science oriented. They have arts. So you mean the strong? I visited a few years, maybe 3 years ago, actually because a team want to have a cooperation with them. So I visited more than the open house visiting. All the programs not too bad because they have a special team for the special programs. So every program is too bad. But my students, they choose the deferment, many students, because they want to be the leader in the future. And many Chinese, I know they choose the scientific because they want to be strong in math. But many like local people, they choose some sports because they are good in the hockey, they are good in maybe basketball, so they choose a special program they like. Okay. So Galarian, so wait a moment, okay? Can you please answer my general question? Which one? Ernest Law, please write it together again, okay? Sorry, Ernest. Ask for consultation for choosing school. What's it mean? Asking for, yeah, but you write your kid's name and where you're living and what's in your mind already. Please write it down. I will do it one by one. How much should be a promising result of exam in math and French to get accepted by College St. Louis? It's a repeated question. My son's name is okay. I will come to my son. Okay, what's the level of grade are needed into Vera Maria? Actually, this question, Vera Maria, I can tell you I choose. Vera Maria is a good school. Before it's like around 10 years ago, it's always kept in rank 20. Nowadays, it dropped to 60, come back to 35. Now it's around 30. But because in the mainland, main island of the Montreal, so many good top schools before, on the top of the Vera Maria. So like, Brebeuf, Jean-Erd, Notre Dame, like Pension Salon de Maquis, even College Montréal. College Montréal, you see the rank is lower than Vera Maria, but the middle class people of local people, they really like College Montréal a lot. So Vera Maria is really, for my student, for student of elite college, it's quite easy to get accepted. Tell you a choose. One of my student who is living in South Shore, he's really difficult to be accepted by any other school. He has some special disability of his spirit, and he's accepted by Vera Maria. So not necessarily Vera Maria is a bad school, but because you know too many challenges, too many other choices. So with Maria, I have no choice to accept you. You know, the student even not so strong. Okay, now I think general question almost finished. Now I'm come to the individual questions. Madam Stella, can you do something? 邱老师。
什么？
你可以把它不要录了，我就开始。
好 ，OK，那就关掉。
So now